Hi folks, how you all doing? Croster6 here. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day, evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my channel. The one I wasn't going to do any more videos on. Am I back? Well, I don't know really. I'm missing it. I'm missing it, you know what I mean? I enjoy putting the videos together, so I'm kind of on the fence at the moment, so we'll see how it goes. If you enjoy my content, then hit that like and subscribe button. And make a comment below to let me know whether you're really enjoying my content or not, and whether you would like me to continue doing some videos for you. If you do, then we'll see how it goes. That's all I can say about that. But anyway, without a further ado, diddly day, let's go on with today's gameplay. We are in the GSOR 1008, which is the British Tier 8 medium tank. Not medium. It's not a medium. It's a tank destroyer. Calm down. Put your teeth back in. This turned out to be a pretty decent... You know what I mean. Shut up, you know what I mean. Anyway, have you ever heard the phrase cat and mouse? Well, I would describe this game as a cat and mouse game. It was weird because, I mean, obviously this is a pre-recorded game. I've already played the game, evidently. So I wouldn't be talking in the past tense, would I? Makes sense, really, doesn't it? But the cat and mouse element to this game is great. Not only just a strategy-based sort of theme to it, but it's like cat and mouse. It's trying to decide where to go on the map that is the right place for you, and whether you've made the right decision or the wrong decision. And we've all been there, haven't we? I mean, I still do it loads now. I really do. Where I'll look at the map just as the countdown time is coming down, and I think, where am I best placed to go on this map? What tank am I in? What tanks am I up against? What sort of map is it? Is it a street map, an urban map, or is it one of these big wide open maps like this one, Sand River? And you've got to try and decide, haven't you? And you don't always make the right decision. I get that. I really do. I get that. You don't always make the right decision. Heck, I have so many issues with going to the wrong places on maps. But then it's repetition, isn't it? It's about playing the game over and over and over again, and eventually working out a strategy. And I think it comes to us all. And it's difficult, isn't it? Because when you sort of look at a thing and you think, I don't know where to go, I don't know what to do, I don't know what's the best place for me to help the team. Because that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's all about coming together as a team and trying to gel and trying to work off of one another with all the different tank classes within that particular battle that you're in, to try and work out what the best sort of avenue of attack is for you. And I'm like everybody else. I struggle with it sometimes, and you know, there's a few people out there are just brilliant at it, absolutely brilliant at it. There was a chap that I used to play with on the console called Naughty Ewok. That was his console name. Well, it'd be a funny name if that was his real name, wouldn't it? Really, it gives you sort of a picture of like Star Wars or something, doesn't it? But anyway, he was very, very good at reading the map. And as soon as the countdown timer started, he'd look at the map and he'd immediately say, this is where I'm going. And he always seemed to do exceptionally well, if not come top all the time. And he was an exceptionally good player. And there are many, many good players on the PC variant as well, in which I've come up against quite a few of them. They just seem to annihilate me every time. But then, you know, when you look at this game in its entirety and try to figure out, well, what's the game all about? What's the best way of playing this game? Because you all want to get good at it, don't you? We all want to be really good and have decent games. And it's so monotonous. It really is so monotonous. And I'm sure you can agree with this. When you're having these games and it's just game after game after game, the countdown time has gone to zero, the game's just started, and within a first minute and a half, sometimes sooner than that, you're dead. And you think, well, what did I do wrong? How was I spotted there? And of course, you've got the crew skills and all these different elements that you know, go onto the tank and your crews, from equipment and directives and all these different things, and looking for weak spots on tanks to try and hopefully pen and do some damage. But a lot of it for me is about this strategic cat and mouse game, and that's what I love about this game. I love the cat and mouse strategy of, you know, you kind of got to think, well, look, I've got a load of tanks coming up behind me. Is it worthwhile me sitting here? Me versus about 4 or 5 tanks, am I going to win? No, I'm not. Of course I'm not. Now, all these, if you look on the little mini-map, I've seen all these little boxes. I think that's part of the Aslane's mod. You know, the one that shows you where dead tanks are on the battlefield. I don't know. I'm going to have a look at that and perhaps take it off. It's probably just a glitch in the program, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't affect the game. But the strategy element to this game is second to none. And I love the fact that, you know, you're kind of ducking and diving, you know, not dodging and weaving and all that kind of stuff. And that's what I was trying to do in this game. Now, I love the GSOR. It's such a great tank. It's fabulous, fabulous tank. I've had some really crap games in it, but I think a lot of that was because I was just running out thinking I was Superman. And, you know, and oh, look at me, I'm an auto-loading cannon. I can take anybody. Come on, bring it on. Put your big boy boots on. Your bother boots, they used to call it. The bother boys. Hey, I'm showing my age now, aren't I? The bother boys. When I was younger, that used to be a thing called the bother boys. It's supposed to be somebody that's triple well hard. Not me, I might add. I'm about as hard as a blancmange. That used to be our treat on a Friday afternoon, blancmange. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you're lucky, because it was garbage. But as a kid, you liked it, didn't you? You just liked stuff like that. Now that Chaffet got a shot at him, but unfortunately didn't manage to do anything to him. But yeah, what do you think about this game? The strategy-wise, how do you implement your strategy? And there's plenty of videos out there, isn't there, that will say, go here, go there, don't do this, don't do that. And a lot of them are helpful. I'm not knocking that at all. But everybody has a different play style, don't they? Some people think a certain way about going on a certain place on a map and what the type of tank it is that they're in. And I think that's a great idea, I really do, because you've got to play these maps endlessly to try and get a feel for the actual map itself. Do you know what I mean by that? You've got to just keep playing the map over and over again to try and get a feel, and you can kind of see where the main battles take place on these maps. Generally, now and again you get your Maverick that will go out and perhaps do very well, or sometimes just get absolutely annihilated within the first few seconds. But it's all trial and error, isn't it? It's about punching out there and trying something different. Because I think it would become monotonous and boring if you just did the same thing over and over and over again. And that's the beauty of this game, is you've got the freedom that you can try different things on the maps. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't work, then that's fine too. You just think, well, I won't do that again. That didn't really work for me. And, you know, it's like you've got to try. If you first you don't succeed, try again. And that's it in a nutshell, really, isn't it? But when it's this cat and mouse game, as I said, you know, where you're trying to keep your distance, you're trying to keep where you can see them but they can't see you sort of scenario. And I think in this game, I think I achieved that, and it kind of made me think about, well, have I played this game well enough to say that, yeah, I've done okay in this game, it was alright, it was not a bad game, and I think I played it in the right fashion. Because often you see, don't you, and I've done it so many times, and it really annoys the life out of me, where you kind of think you're in the right position, but you've gone too far out, you've pushed out too far, you get spotted by a light or something like that, or a medium with good viewing range, and you end up getting annihilated. Like, I've just been spotted here, and I'm thinking, I've got to retreat, because I cannot take all of them tanks on. They took a shot at me, thankfully it missed, so now I'm thinking, well, okay, I know there's a tank in front of me, and I know there's tanks behind me, but I've got cover. And so am I doing the right thing by thinking, well, okay, I'll try and push over towards the single tank where I'm reloading, I stand more of a chance to either duke it out with that person there, with the possibility that I might win and I might not win if they happen to just get the lowdown on me effectively. And so it's a Waffendrag of Panzer IV, and he's fighting a heavy, so I'm thinking, well, I might be able to get some shots into him, and there's the first one, there's a second, get the third in, and now finish him off. Now I've cleared that path, so have I made the right decision there? I think I did. I think I made the right decision. So now I'm thinking, well, I need to go, I'm reloading. It's a bit of a long load on this tank, so I'm just going to try and get into some form of hull down position until I'm reloaded. I can see that CS has come up behind me, I've no idea why he's not spotted me. I've no idea why he didn't spot me. But there you go. Right at the last second I get spotted. But thankfully for me I managed to get down into this dip. So now I'm just thinking to myself, well, I've got to reload and try and come pop back up again and see if he's still in the same position. If he is, try and get a shot in at him. He's a one shot for me. And that's really, it's this cat and mouse, isn't it? And it's great. And it could all go wrong for me, and it might go right for me if I've made the right decision. And bear in mind, if RNG's in your favour as well, there's always that, of course. But it is this cat and mouse, and I really like that strategic element to this game, because it really does give you that freedom, doesn't it? It really does give you that freedom, and it's great. Now, say the CS is coming directly at me. Now, I'm not sure whether he's paying attention here or not, whether he knows I'm there. He's coming straight at me, so I'm erring on the side of caution, think, well, I'm reloaded. If he comes over the top of that hill, I might be able to get a shot into his underbelly if he comes up. And I know the Stromwagen's over there, so don't know why he turned, but unluckily for him, I managed to send him back to the garage. Now we've got the Strav K that's over there, and I'm just I'm gauging to see what he's going to do. So we've leveled this match up now. Now it's 3-2. So I'm kind of thinking, well, okay, where's he going? Is he going to come at me or not? Is he going to come at me? Where are you? Where are you going? Come back! Come back, Chuck! The old Chewits advert. If you're old enough, you'll understand. It used to be, this is mental. This is how some of the adverts used to be. And you probably remember this. Chewits, where it used to be some guy would be in, it looked like an apartment, and he was getting ready to leave. And his partner was there, and she's saying, "Come back, Chuck, come back. All is forgiven." And he'd whip out a packet of Chewits, a chewy sweet candy, as our American brothers and sisters call it. So there's that Stromwagen. He's running off. He's obviously going to try and get into a position where he can cover the flag and try and get free shots. We've got one on the cap. Our little ELC even 90 did a cracking job. He went in, stopped them from capping, and ended up taking out that tank that was on there. So fair play to you, buddy. You've done a really, really good job. Buddy or Buddy S? Who knows? Either way, you did a brilliant job, so kudos to you. So I'm going to make my way down into that little waddy and see if I can try and sneak round, because I'm not sure where that Stromwagen K is going. Now, I noted that another team member decided that I was the worst player on the team. Okay, all right, from a dead tanker, well done. I'm still alive, I'm still full health. Now, is that cowardice, or should I just run out there and let people get free shots at me, or should I try and hold down, try and keep it in a defensive position where I'm able to then return fire if indeed he comes around this corner here in this little riverbed. Is it a riverbed or is it a waddy? I'm just thinking waddy because of all the sand, and it looks sort of Middle Eastern, doesn't it? Can't you tell I used to be in the military? The waddy. Defensive position, hold down. And I wasn't in the tank call, that's for sure. So I can see where that Strav K is going. As I said, that little ELC, he's managed to spot him up. So I'm thinking, well, if I go to this rock, if he comes up, he's going to go into the usual tank destroyer position. That's where I think he's making his way to. And I'm just, you know, I'm going to try and see if he comes out into that gap. And if he does, I might be able to get a shot into him. But it's funny, isn't it? Because he's got a slither of health, so he's trying to be very, very careful. But the clock is ticking down. We've got 1:30 to go, and that'll be game over. So I decided, stuff it, I'm going to push in. I've still got loads of armour, so, you know, I've got 4-round clip. So at the worst case scenario, he'll get a couple of shots into me, possibly, if I don't pen him with the first round. So I'm just going to make my way and see if I can sneak up behind him. And this is this cat and mouse. The cat and mouse. When you need to run away, you run away. And that's it. And it's the Kenny Rogers, isn't it? Know when to run, know when to fold. So I'm just going to sneak up behind him, see if I can get a shot in at him and see if we can take him out and win the game. The clock's ticking down. We've got 47 seconds left. I'm not overly worried in regards to the timer because I know I've got 4 rounds now. There he is there, not expecting me. Bang, game over. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this one. On to the end plates and see how we did. So we made a bit of silver, not too bad. did 3,500 damage. Anyway, guys, till the next one, have a wonderful day. See you then. Take care. Bye-bye.